Do you really think America's the only one with a grilled cheese? There happens to be a contender, so we're gonna find out if there's a winner. So today we are making an American grilled cheese versus a French grilled cheese. Now, there's really multiple grilled cheese across the whole spectrum of the world, right? There's the cheese toasty in England, which is kind of the exact same thing, but they just call it a different word. Maybe there's slightly different preparation. Let us know in the comments. But there's also many other versions. Think about a quesadilla. That's not far off from what a grilled cheese is. It's just a different vessel of starch, if you will. The closest but most significant comparison is the croque monsieur. It does use ham. That's kind of an unfair advantage, so we might put a little ham in ours just to give us a little leverage, right? It's a grilled cheese with ham, not a ham and cheese. Get it right. We'll talk about that later. But with all that being said, let's make this, shall we? Everyone does grilled cheese a little bit differently. We're gonna make a very basic American version. So start off with some sliced sandwich bread, spread some softened unsalted butter onto one side of that slice, make sure the butter gets edge to edge. Heat your pan to medium and place it in the pan butter side down. Now add on 2 slices of your cheese of choice. If we want to go traditional American, then we're gonna use obviously American cheese. Usually I prefer my grilled cheese to have more flavor, but there is a special nostalgia to using American cheese, despite how wrong it feels to my culinary soul. Now add on another slice of sandwich bread, and yes, you guessed it, butter the other side of that bread so it's coated edge to edge as well. Then once the side that's been toasting is a nice golden brown, flip and toast the other side. Here's the key. You don't want to toast too fast or too slow. You want it for roughly about a minute or slightly longer so you have a nice deep toast with a good crunch, and obviously the cheese needs to look like this when you cut into it, because that right there might you slap your knee till the goddamn cows come home. Now that we have that out of the way, it's obviously not fair to pit a regular grilled cheese against a grilled cheese that also has ham. So now they both have ham. Now let's begin. For the American grilled boy representative, begin with sandwich bread down, 1 slice of pepper jack cheese, 2 thin slices of ham, 1 slice of American cheese, another 2 thin slices of ham, and another slice of American cheese. Top your sandwich just as before, butter the other sides edge to edge, lay in a pan, and toast for about 1 minute, flip, and repeat on the other side until the bread is beautifully golden brown. When we slice that bad boy in half, what happens? Angels sing. Moving on to the croque monsieur. Pronunciation, can we get a check on that? Nice. First off, our Mornay topping. Start with 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of unsalted butter in a medium sauce pot, set over medium heat. Once it's melted and bubbling, add in 1 tablespoon or 12 grams of all-purpose flour, whisk it together, and let that cook for about a minute until it begins to reach a light, nutty brown. Then whisk in 1 cup or 240 milliliters of whole milk. Let that heat while stirring constantly until it begins to thicken. Cut off the heat and stir in 1 cup or 80 grams of grated Gruyere cheese. Now once that's completely melted and you have a glossy sauce, season it to taste with salt and pepper and an optional touch of fresh grated nutmeg. For the bread, you're gonna want a nice quality country sourdough of some sort. Of course, we have many guides for that, but if you have a good local bakery, well, get your ass on over there and support a local business. Slice that bad boy into 1/2-inch thick slices. Load the bottom slice up with grated Gruyere cheese, 2 slices of jambon de Paris. By the way, this ham is a classic choice for this sandwich. I'm not just doing this to sound fancy. Top with some grated Gruyere cheese, and finally, add your other slice. I'm going to spread on more unsalted softened butter, just like the other one. Pop that bad boy into a pan set over medium heat, and let that toast for about 1 to 2 minutes, or until you get a deep golden brown crust. Spread some more softened butter on that bread's exposed bare bottom. Flip and repeat on the other side. Once you flip it, lower your heat just slightly, just so that we make sure we melt that cheese without burning your bread. Anyway, once your sandwich is beautifully toasted, pop it onto a small sheet tray, coat the top with your Mornay sauce, a light layer of grated Emmental cheese, pop that under your broiler for 1 to 2 minutes or until the cheese is melted, bubbling, and ever so lightly charred. That is a croque monsieur, if I've ever seen one. Oh, but one sandwich is so much bigger. Listen, are you trying to tell me that size matters? Anyway, let's taste test these and decide our winner. 2 sandwiches, croque monsieur and little American ham and cheese. We added the ham just to make it a little bit fair, all right? But I mean, it looks good. God, oh boy. Okay, American. It's not bad either. Look, this is the power of nostalgia. I can eat both of these and say, these are both good. Would I pick this one over the other one? Probably, because I want like a little bit more of an experience usually. But when I eat the American version, I close my eyes and I envision my childhood and I'm frolicking. That is the beauty of nostalgia. This, on the other hand, it's like a culinary experience. The chewy meatiness of the ham. You got that crispy crust on top, the creamy Mornay falls in. You got so many different intense, deeply flavored cheeses. And then of course, this incredible bread. So this is a full-on experience. But this one, back to your childhood, it's still good. And the fact that it can even be in the same ring as this is something special. But you wanna know what else is special? B-roll.